Boogity.
Boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
Let's go cruise the concrete.
Gotta love you some DW. He loved this place.
And it loved him.
A lot of Fords up front so far.
Well, you see Ryan Blaney get loose, and this is going to happen a lot in these first few laps until they get that resin run in and get the top layer knocked off of it and the rubber put into it. We see Josh Berry underneath Ryan Blaney, but things are going to happen fast here at the beginning, boys.
I see Josh Berry slipping and sliding in that resin you speak of, and Blaney holding him to it pretty tight on his outside.
That middle will stay good, as you know, for a few laps here as the track is clean, but as we get later in the race, that middle will only last for a couple laps. Right now that middle will last a little bit longer than it will later.
Blaney trying to keep Berry down, and sometimes they're separated only by an inch in the middle of the corner. Josh Berry with the lead.
You could take any time at all. As soon as he got around Blaney, pounced on.
Bump and run, turn 3, car on the wall.
William Byron.
Keep it up there if you can.
Well, he had a lot of help. No caution.
And while all that was happening, Denny Hamlin's taking the lead.
He's struggling up there. Yep. He's up in the marbles, having trouble getting it down.
Byron has damage. Here's a look at it, lower right.
3 wide. I think Belt got into Logano just ever so slightly. Then I think he got in the marbles up off of 4, and he got down to the next corner and didn't have any grip in his tires. See, the part of the wall is what that is.
That or that toe link's broke on the right rear.
And Byron has come to pit road as we stay green. And now the yellow flag waves. Apparently for debris. For all the spots he gained on pit road. Buscher, who started out back, will restart 18th here.
Well, we're getting ready to find out what strategy is best. Staying out 2 tires, 4 tires, and what this racetrack has in store for us today.
And these boys.
Oh! Tyler Reddick, who did not stop, goes around, and we have
stacking up behind him.
2.
Big time stack up here, guys.
Yep. Corey LaJoy is in it. AJ Allmendinger, Daniel Hemrick, Carson Hocevar, and more.
Clearly his tires didn't take off near as good. You can see him slipping around. Bubba gets on his outside. 4 hit him once, hit him twice. That was a combination. Didn't have the real estate on the exit. Had him the 4 car on his left rear. Josh Berry's is doing a great job on that inside. That is no easy task there. Always the benefit goes to that outside of Bristol. He's holding his own pretty good on the bottom and restarts. Very tight. Off of 4, Josh Berry looking back underneath Bubba Wallace. Got him. Man, this 4 car come to play today,
I really like the speed of the 4 car through the center third of the corner. See him get up out of the groove right there. If you're going to run that bottom, you want to keep that whole car in that resin down on the bottom of the racetrack. But he's definitely got the lead. He's got the clean air.
Caution is out for Zane Smith, who blew a tire on the front straightaway and the resulting debris. Now, Chase Elliott had gotten out front and led Hendrick Motorsports' 80,000th lap in their NASCAR history. Then Kyle Busch, who restarted 16th, forged his way to the lead. And it's like whenever somebody can lead for about 5 laps, what do they make their tires angry? Because then they just get overhauled, and the whole pack has stayed pretty much together with all these lead changes. We've had more lead changes in the first 70 here than in any race on concrete in Bristol history. Wow. Back under green, Denny Hamlin out in front of Ryan Blaney. Chase Elliott on the outside. Kyle Busch drops low in 4th.
All these teams have reported to their drivers what the situation is with their tires. So in Joey Logano's situation, that car looks like it has too much camber, and it's obviously tight and hard on the right front tire. So he's got to make some adjustments as a driver. There's obviously not a lot you can do here because it's Bristol, and you just have to go as hard as you can through the center of the corner. So it's a tough situation to manage.
As we get toward the end of stage 1, he's got it. But look at Ty Gibbs has climbed all the way to 2nd place.
Man, it doesn't stop there. They are really stacking up behind them. You're talking
Gibbs
6
to the
or 7
lead.
of all of them right here in a row. You could throw a blanket over them.
Yeah, and this is all whose car's not wearing the tires the most, and who can keep the tires on the cars. We see Austin Cindric probably have the same problem that we're talking about with Kyle Busch. He's got something that's just completely wore out and just nursing it to the end of this stage.
And a spin in turn 2, and it's Kyle Busch.
And it's down. The right rears finally blew out on him. I don't think he's the only one. Denny Hamlin was in trouble getting into 3. We're going to go
Kyle
back.
Busch becomes the next caution at lap 123.
Check this out, Kevin.
Slowly pull down. They'll start splitting to the top here.
Here comes the 11 in turn 3. You can see his right rear down. He was in trouble. William Byron gets into him, tags the wall just a little bit. Unbelievable tire wear we're seeing.
Now that was not the caution. Hamlin getting into the wall in 3.
Now it was the other flat tire. Kyle Busch in 2.
Kyle Busch going around in turn 2 is the reason for the look. There's no tire left on that right rear.
It's just wearing through all the tread down through the cords, and finally it just blows air out the cords. Right here for the lead, and he's like, okay, I'm going to go back up front and take the lead, and I'm going to set the pace again. And every time somebody gets the lead, they check that pace up in order to try to get their cars to where they are in the right track position, and then try to set the pace. Well, Ty Gibbs had the best car at the end of the last stage, so he's in a
Crash, turn 4. Daniel Hemrick up and against the wall. Zane Smith with him, and Ricky Stenhouse put us under caution.
This all started down the backstretch. I think you're seeing them off the 2 here. They start stacking up around Zane Smith, checking up in front of him as well, and then Stenhouse gets into McDowell there, slides up into. Well, he bounces off another one. I think he had some damage in front of his car from what happened in turn 2, and the rest is history.
All right, we're back to green. You saw Ricky Stenhouse back out on track after that caution. He is 3 laps down. Chris Buescher.
How about this?
2 tires and the lead.
Started in the trunk.
All right, so here you go. Position yourself, try to get to the front of the pack, and then see who wants to play along and set the pace as to what they think their pace needs to be compared to what your crew is telling you what your pace needs to be.
Pull them reins back.
You got to pull the reins back, and these guys are going at it pretty hard up front.
Buescher is the race's 12th different leader. Will Christopher Bell be the 13th? Gibbs restarted 28th, and around goes Kyle Busch in turn 2. Caution waves. Now remember, Busch had been running up the racetrack ever since he had that flat tire that brought out the caution back at lap 1.
Stepped out from underneath of him. Way it went all by himself. I see the tires still up.
Yeah, we saw so many guys have trouble with that in qualifying yesterday. They'd run one hard lap in, and then the second lap into turn 3, it would just slide out from underneath them as they go off into the corner.
LaJoie as well. Here comes Nemechek on the outside of him. Christopher Bell on point.
I think one of the plays right here is they're hoping that they don't get lapped or wrecked.
More importantly, 3 wide all around them. People scrambling to try to get through them.
9 to go in the stage.
They will have an extra set of tires.
Well, LaJoie has had success with this move on different racetracks, but
the pack to the front. But that 54 car is definitely the dominant car.
Ty Gibbs sweeps the stages in Bristol.
Now the decision time is on. I think they stay out. I want to save this set of tires. Hasn't been the case.
Gibbs and Truex bring us back to green for stage 3. Logano and Bell right behind. Nemechek's been tough all day. With Gilliland, Keselowski, and Chastain, Larson and Wallace the top 10.
Or the right front, whatever your issue is, it's over.
There's Josh Berry in the wall.
Turn 2 took a complete spin in turn number 2.
Beam sideways, came around. How about that 360?
Ooh,
good driving.
Marbles?
I didn't even think he hit the wall. Question is when.
Hamlin with a good jump holds the lead. But here comes Ty Gibbs.
On both sides. Christopher Bell thought better of it on the backside of him, but man, 4 cars at Gibbs. 4-horse race so far. danger zone we speak of. I think it's going to start happening again. Speaking of happening here, Denny Hamlin is looking to the inside of your leader. Ty Gibbs takes it.
Hamlin back to the front, leading for the 8th time today. Burton way up the racetrack, but stays out because nobody wants to be the caution or cause the caution.
Burton way off the pace in 3 and 4.
Yeah, and it's a game of chicken right now. You don't want to pit because you're hoping that somebody else has the issue as you see him go by Todd Gilliland and Stenhouse goes around.
Turn 4, Stenhouse and Cindric. That will bring the caution out.
Right in front of the leaders.
Sure was. That's that Gilliland I told you was way off the pace. Stacked them all up getting in here. Cindric shoots in the inside 3 wide and gets into Stenhouse and wipes him out.
Yeah, it looked like he just clipped the apron right there. Just overcooked it, but they were getting lapped and knew that they had to do something that was not capable of what their car could do.
Well, it was his chance right here. Got probably back on the lead lap. I don't know if he caused the caution, though. You're going to get it anyway.
Hamlin and Bell out front.
Still a little bit confusing on that. You know, you just heard them. Well, it wasn't any better. I heard you, Kevin, say that, but why were they worse? The same tire.
And they're going to lap Christopher Bell.
Bell's got a flat. I saw the sparks come out of the back of the car.
Yes, right rear flat on Bell. Let's see what happens getting in the one. It might come around on him. He's got it slowed down.
And he'll make pit road.
Right rear's down. You see that left front up off the ground? That means the right rear's down. Truex is right there. One slip up. And it's going to happen in front of him. It won't be a slip up on Denny. It'll be a slip up of these guys desperate, trying to stay on the, you know, from going another lap down.
This is the craziest race I've ever been a part of. Yeah, me too. Doing great. Doing a really good job here.
Got to pass for the lead. That's exactly what happened. They got together in front of Denny, slipped up. He had to make an adjustment. Boom, Truex takes the lead. Here, 2 wide, right in front of them. Denny Hamlin back to the outside.
And it's going to come at the most ill-handling part of the run, and it's going to be worse for the guys in front of them than it is for them.
Look at the...
Works around the outside of Chase Briscoe. And by about 12 car lengths, Denny Hamlin is going to win Bristol.
2 in a row here.
My man.
A winner here last fall. And he wins on the return to spring concrete. A track that's been dirt for the last 3 years.
Thank you. My favorite racetrack. We got another one. Thank you.
It's going to take a couple days to go back and dissect all of this.
My goodness, that was wild.
52nd career win for Denny Hamlin, 13th on the all-time NASCAR win list.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.